Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Kautz. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, April 16, 2019. The meeting was called to order at 5:30 p.m. at 100 Civic Center Parkway in the council chambers. We begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We then move on to our announcements and proclamations. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. Council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, May 7th at 5:30 p.m. and Tuesday, May 21st at 5:30 p.m. We have work sessions scheduled for Tuesday, May 14th at 5:30 p.m. and Tuesday, May 11th at 5:30 p.m. All meetings are held in the council chambers. We have a special work session scheduled for Tuesday, May 28th at 4 p.m. And this is for the interview of candidates for our boards and commissions. And that meeting will be held in Conference Room D. And we had 3 proclamations. The 3 proclamations have to do with Earth Day and Arbor Day, and Pollinator Protection Proclamation, and Get on Board Day Proclamation. So please buy a tree, be a pollinator, and get on board. Burnsville is a community that embraces and values our environment and also being energy efficient. And so all of the proclamations have to do with taking care of the earth. Get on board helps us to reduce our carbon footprint and reduces the need for energy. So buy a tree, be a pollinator, and get on board. And then we move on to citizens' comments. No one appeared before the City Council to speak to any issues. And there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And then we move on to the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing. And we approved the update City Policy 1.165. And this has to do with elected officials out of state travel. And we also approved the resolution accepting donations and grants to the city. We approved the benefit consultant broker agreement with NFP. And we also approved the joint powers agreement between the city of Eagan and Burnsville, sharing fire and emergency medical service resources. And we approved the Second Amendment to land lease between the city of Burnsville and Rosemont Aerospace, Inc. We also approved the purchase of 2 community development inspection vehicles. And we approved the ordinance amending Title VI, Chapter 2, to allow for prescribed grazing and adopt policy number 5.198 to use prescribed grazing for land management. We also approved and authorized the project and ordered the advertisement for bids for the 2019 water main break, street repair, and contract patching project. We approved the resolution accepting the bids and awarded the contract for the 2019 street reconstruction project and concrete elements in right-of-ways rehabilitation project. We approved and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 2019 street reclamation project. We also approved a resolution approving the joint powers agreement with Dakota County for the Cliff Road and 12th Avenue traffic signal modification and pedestrian accessibility improvements. We also approved a temporary construction noise permit submitted by Knutson Construction at 14050 Fairview Drive. And we approved the amendment to the license agreement with the Metropolitan Council for sanitary sewer work on city property and within city rights-of-way. We approved the application of the City of Burnsville for an amendment to City Code Title 10, Chapter 30 signs regarding temporary signs and banners, and related amendment to the 2019 fee schedule, and we adopted the ordinance. We also approved the application of the City of Burnsville for an amendment to City Code Title 10, Zoning, Chapter 7, Chapter 19, Chapter 20, Chapter 21, Chapter 22, Chapter 22A, Chapter 22A1, Chapter 22B, Chapter 22C and Chapter 30A. And this is to modify ordinance requirements related to incidental outdoor seating for food service businesses. We adopted the ordinance and we authorized the summary ordinance publication. And that was the end of the consent agenda. And we moved on to the regular agenda. And the first item on the regular agenda was a public hearing. And this was a resolution to vacate drainage and utility easements on Lot 1, Block 1, Watkeys Lakeshore Estate, and Lot 10, Block 1, Lindale Beach, second edition. This item was presented. There were no questions of staff. I opened the public hearing, and one person, the applicant to the Watkey property, Mr. Todd Christopherson, appeared before the City Council in a public hearing to thank staff and to thank everyone who worked to get the approval of this project and how much he appreciated the work that staff did. So we thanked him for his comments. I closed the public hearing, and the item was approved. The last item on the agenda was item number 6, and this was to approve the professional service agreement between the City of Burnsville and Advanced Engineering and Environmental Service, Inc., doing business as AE2S Communications. That item was presented and approved. Please tune into the City Council meeting and hear that particular presentation that has to do with our communications and branding for the city. And there were no other items to come before the City Council, and the meeting was adjourned. Council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. City Council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsvillemn.gov. I'm Elizabeth Kautz. I'm the mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me, and continue to make a difference.